Hey, what's up, Grainger? James with Rowe-Thrush here at the 2026 Grainger Show in the PAC strapping booth 1555 with Mark Albero. How's it going?
Good to see you again, James.
Yeah, good to see you as well. So here we are, 2026 PAC strapping. What is it that you guys do?
We are a manufacturer of plastic, woven, and composite strapping, and we do all sorts of closure devices, from manual to battery to automated equipment.
These are all products loaded into Grainger. What I always like to talk to people about is the conversion of steel to plastic. Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure.
And why that is important.
We have on display on the far side of our booth a note about how you can save your customer up to 50% on their consumable spend when it comes to strapping. We do that by taking a customer who may be using steel strapping and converting them over to polyester strapping with a battery-powered tool. Polyester is safer, easier to apply, actually stronger depending on the actual product style that we select.
Yeah.
And most importantly, it's more cost effective than what you're going to find steel to be day in and day out.
And it's also safer too. Now, tell me a little bit about the safety aspect of plastic versus steel strap. What's
Sure.
dangerous about steel?
So when you create a steel loop, the steel goes around the product, you tighten it up, and as soon as it's at its max tension, it's going to be well set. However, if you try to over tension that just a bit, the steel can snap, and there's a snapback effect that can actually cause an issue for the operator. As well, on the edge of the steel is very sharp.
Yes.
If I were to do this with steel strapping, I'd have a series of cuts on my hand. Whereas with polyester, there's nothing.
And when it comes to plastic though, you know, you mentioned that steel, it'll retain that rigidity of its space. But with plastic strap, when that shipment goes down the road, it acts like a rubber band, correct?
That's
and
correct.
It'll actually expand and contract, keeping that load securely fastened to the pallet or whatever it's secured to.
That's correct. So we talk about putting the strap in the proper tension range for the product, and it's basically 50% of the brake strength of the strap. So this particular strap is a 1,400-pound brake. I want to apply it at about 700 pounds on target, so that I'll get that elongation effect so that it will expand slightly as the product moves down the road.
Yeah.
Steel cannot do that. Once a steel strap loop gets loose, it's loose forever.
Yeah.
And now your load's no longer secure.
And then you're opening up the trailer doors, you could have a bunch of material falling down onto you, so you have a major safety concern when it comes to steel compared to plastic.
Absolutely.
So thank you for covering that. Now, you got a really cool display going on here. You got some automation. Why don't we talk a little bit about this over here?
Sure. So on display here we have just two conveyors to in-feed material, but they're going to our one of our workhorse strapping machines, an SM65 fully automatic. With the SM65 we have photo eyes that are going to take the product and actually monitor where the material is, stop the strapping cycle, and actually apply the strap.
Very cool.
No operator required. We can do this with multiple distances. We can also apply multiple straps as well, more than just two.
And that SM65, that is loaded into Grainger. We have a variety of types too loaded.
That's correct.
For different types of applications.
Correct. So the fully automatics, we have a few different ones loaded into Grainger.com, as well as we have some of the more, the non-fully automatics, which are automatic strappers, but they still require somebody to manually activate. So it's either a push button, a foot bar, which are standard on the machine, or a foot pedal.
We also have another item that we've had in Grainger for quite a while. We actually have a hot buy going on right now for this device. Now, that's right now during the Grainger show. It's only going to be active for another month or two. So if you're watching this video, hopefully that is still active. And that is this, the DSP tool. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So the DSP tool is a rugged dispenser that's preset. It's got large wheels in the back to make it easy to move around, front casters that can lock, so it's great for moving into the warehouse. It has a boom arm, and on the boom arm, the DSP tool comes with a tool balancer as well as a bracket for whatever tool that you may have, whether it's a BT series tool or a From series tool. The beauty of the balancer with the bracket is it allows the tool to be effortlessly and ergonomically handled by the operator. It can be used for horizontal as well as vertical strapping in one fell swoop. It protects the tool from drops, which are a very large source of repairs that tools have to come in for.
Yeah.
It also protects the tool from magically walking away or being automatically shipped to your customer.
That would be a horrible situation to have, or your customer receives it. Now, when it comes to these battery tools, keeping it safe and protected with this is very important because these are not cheap tools.
That's correct. You're talking about a $3,000 to $5,000 investment, depending on the tool, maybe even a little more. You really want to make sure these tools are well protected. You want to make sure that they are staying where they're supposed to stay. I have more than a few customers that like the bracket, and they actually bend it further so the operators can't take it off the balancer.
Oh, okay.
Because they don't want to see this tool walk away, magically grow legs, or find itself on eBay the next day.
Yeah. When it comes to that, you mentioned repairs. You guys do repairs, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. We have a full service shop in Exton, Pennsylvania. On our website, strapsolutions.com, go to the service page, and all you need to do is go into service, select the serial number, which is on every tool, apply the serial number, tell us what's wrong with the tool if you know. Most of our repairs come in, it's not working. We will figure it out, we'll get an estimate together, and we'll get the tool repaired and back out to the customer, get them on their way, strapping again.
You have one more product that you wanted to cover too, and that's this smaller semi-automatic?
Yes, so unlike the automatic machine where the strap was applied, here the arch of the machine is me manually taking the strap, pulling it, putting it into the guide, pull the tension, strap is ejected again, and now the product is sealed on the bottom.
All of these products actually are loaded into Grainger, so you have a full, complete solution when it comes to strapping needs for your customers.
Yeah, we like to say, James, that we try to meet the customer, your end user for Grainger, where they are. If they're in a manual process for strapping, we have solutions with manual tensioners, manual crimpers, buckles, and seals. If they're in a automatic mode where they're using full end-of-line equipment, we have that as well as the strap that goes in that machine. And if they're somewhere in between where they need battery tools, we carry those as well. And James, something else we will do, free of charge for Grainger, we will go out, bring a tool, and do a demo to show your customer how the tool works. We even have one set up this week with a Grainger customer for a Grainger seller who can't leave and has to be at the show, but we're going out to do a demo on Tuesday morning.
That's actually one of the most important things. They have field reps that will go out and do those demos, do that cost conversion of steel to plastic to help them out, help them make that decision to help save money and be safer.
Absolutely. We always welcome the opportunity to talk to the Grainger sellers, to talk to the Grainger end users and show them what our products can do for them.
Excellent. Do you have anything else that you wanted to cover?
You know, I'm just really wondering, James, who do you think's going to win the Oscar tonight for Best Picture?
Oh, I don't pay attention to any of that, and actually, I have to say I haven't really seen any good movies lately. It's unfortunate. Although actually, just this morning we were talking about it. The new movie on Netflix with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, The Rip. That was a recent movie that I watched, and I actually liked that one quite a bit. Had a good plot twist to it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's going to come down to probably either Sinners or One Battle After Another. I guess we'll have to see.
I've heard good things about Sinners. I saw One Battle After Another. I thought it was pretty good. I thought that was a pretty good movie. Who was in that?
That was Leonardo DiCaprio,
Leonardo
Benicio del Toro,
yeah.
and the new actress that just came on the scene. I'm blanking on her name, but she's probably going to win the Best Actress award.
Yeah, she wasn't in the movie a whole lot. You know, it was all like mainly focused on Leonardo.
It's a nice part about working with suppliers here. We're all well-rounded.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, Grainger.